Just another really good win for my team tonight. The defense was the story of this game. We have such great respect for, Indiana is one of the best offensive teams. And I know, we're a little fortunate. A kid like Blackman's not playing, OG's not playing. So, certainly that's a big factor. So you're a little bit fortunate that those guys are not out there. But even still, the guys they do have are good. They're good players. And, Tom does a great job coaching offense. They cut really hard. They keep you spaced. They put you in different positions. And, I just thought our team defense was really good tonight. And that was something we really concentrated on coming into this game, was trying to take away their fast break points and making them score in the half court and trying to make it as hard on Bryant and Johnson as we could. Those guys are really good players. They're all league caliber players. So great effort by a lot of people. Really proud of my bench in the first half. I thought Barrett Benson gave us great minutes when Pardon got in foul trouble. I thought Nathan Taphorn gave us great minutes before he got hurt. I thought those two guys in particular, and just really proud of McIntosh. I thought he controlled the game. They were rotating guys on him all night, putting different athletes. They're picking him up full court. They're trying to get into his legs. They're trying to wear him down. And I just thought he did a great job leading us all night and had a terrific game. So really good win. It's always big in the conference to win at home, take care of your home court. And we'll have another opportunity now to get back on the road and play an outstanding Purdue team on Wednesday. So I'm open for questions.
Got two for you. What's up with Taphorn?
Tap rolled his ankle there at the end of the first half. I think there was a couple seconds to go, and tried to give it a go in the back, and just our trainer just said he was a no-go. So I think just a sprained ankle. Certainly we'll get more tests and all that kind of stuff and figure out how long he's going to be out. But certainly we need him. We needed him, and we were a man short there in the second half.
Big night for Bryant in contrast to last year in Bloomington. Was that on your guys' mind heading into this one?
Well, you try not to put it. There's enough pressure on these guys, but there's no secret. He has a lot of pride. You guys, there's a lot of Indiana media in here, and Indiana is one of the best states for basketball in the country. I love Indiana basketball, the high school, the grassroots, what IU's done. You got Butler, Notre Dame, some of the schools in the Valley. Indiana's such a basketball-rich state, and Bryant loves his state. So, he grew up watching all those teams. So you have an opportunity now in college to play those guys. Certainly it's going to mean a little bit more because you grew up rooting for those teams. So, we tried not to talk about it too much. I thought his emotions got the best of him last year in Assembly Hall, and he would probably admit as much. I thought he tried to do too much. He forced a lot, and I thought tonight he just played, and that's what I was proud of. So we tried not to make too much of it and just treat it like a regular game and against a really good team like Indiana is.
Chris, what have been your biggest steps defensively as a team year to year?
Defensively? I just think we're a tough-minded team. In my first year, we couldn't score at all, so we had to play great defense. And then I thought the last 2 years, our youth, we got beat up a little bit. We had to figure out playing a lot of young guys. I think this year, having veteran guys that kind of understand our principles, we are a function of each other on both ends of the floor. We are not a one-man band. Look at it again tonight. Derek Pardon 2 nights ago goes for 19 and 22. He doesn't have a field goal tonight. Vic Law goes 2 for 12. Two of our better players that have carried us in other games, and other guys step up, and you find a way to win. So when it comes to the defense, we try to play team defense. We try to be tough-minded. We try to make teams take tough shots and then do the best we can to get on the boards. And we're not the biggest team. You got Sanjay and Pardon back there. That's 6'8", 6'6". I'm looking out there a lot, and Davis and Bryant are 2 7-footers, and but our guys battle, and they've really embraced that to be good. You got to play good defense, and it's what they've done. It's nothing I've done. It's a will to win by the guys, and a will to want to play defense that the guys have made it a good defensive team.
Coach, Vic didn't have the jump shot going tonight, but 12 rebounds all defensively. Yeah. Can you talk about what he did there? And was that kind of an emphasis, especially with you guys being undersized?
Yeah, well, with the matchups, we knew that our big guys were going to be wrestling those guys. And, Bryant, Davis, McRoberts crashes all the time, Jawan Morgan. So we knew our guards were going to have to clean up the rebounds because our big guys were it was going to be combat down there. And so Vic being on, Johnson's usually a guy who's getting back. So he was guarding Robert Johnson a lot. Vic was going to be a guy that really didn't have blockout responsibilities. So he was able to just go free. And, with his leaping ability, you guys saw he got a bunch of rebounds over the top, two-handed rebounds that were just really, really good. And I've always said that's one of Vic's best attributes is his ability to defensive rebound. And he was huge in that area tonight.
Coach. And then Sanjay Lumpkin, both ends of the court, he had to defend Thomas Bryant at times, and then offensively, 15 points. What did you see out of him? And then especially with Scotty kind of struggling early, how important was his production?
No, Sanjay was awesome tonight. There are a lot of eyes on McIntosh, and rightfully so, but I thought Lumpkin was equally the star tonight. He made some big buckets for us, hit big shots when we needed to. His 4 out of 5 free throws when they were trying to make a run there, I thought were really big. You said he was either guarding the post guys at times or he was in a position where we wanted him to be the helper. So he's all over the place trying to double and get back and rebound. And, you guys know, Sanjay's a favorite of mine. I love his effort. I love what he brings. He's the heart and soul of our team, and I love watching that guy play because he gives everything he's got.
Coach, what's it like playing at a Welsh Shrine Arena where you have such a home court advantage?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was awesome walking out and just right before the game and seeing all the purple and seeing the student section and seeing people excited, and it felt like big time college basketball. And we got a ways to go. We're not where we want to be. We're just enjoying this process each step of the way, and we really appreciate how the fans have supported this group. And I hope that would be the case, because every day I see what my guys put into this. I see the investment they make, watching film, doing extra work, coming in here, getting shots. And you so want for the home crowd and the students and the people to rally around these guys and give them that energy that we needed. And, these last couple home games, it's been a great home court advantage, and I think a big reason why we won.
You guys 6 in a row now, and chance you could crack the top 25 tomorrow. How comfortable are you? Do you worry at all about how this team will deal with success and this extra tension? And
yeah.
What makes you optimistic, I guess?
I worry about it every second, because as a coach, you're always worrying about things that could derail what you got going good. And it's a fine line, because I love that people are taking notice of what these guys are doing. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the success so far, the team that we've started to become. But yet I also know how much basketball we still need to play, and I understand the fine line between winning and losing in this conference. And the moment you let the outside chatter, the noise, you soften up the littlest bit, you get crashed down to reality really quick in this conference with the level of coaching and the level of teams and players that you play against. So, every day we talk about the day we talk about the present. We don't talk about anything else. We've tried to find motivation with each game. There were some milestones the last couple games. These guys want to accomplish things that haven't been done. So to win at a venue they haven't won in 40 years, and to win 5 in a row, and to do things like it put the focus on that game. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. We have a number of tough teams we still have to play. We have to go on the road again here Wednesday against an outstanding team, and we have to stay focused. And obviously that's my job. That's my staff's job. And while we're staying focused, though, I don't want – you guys see our guys are having fun out there. They're not protecting anything. They're having fun. They're competing. They're enjoying the moment, enjoying the process. And it's been fun to be their coach. I'm really proud to coach this team.
Chris, you played Barrett a little bit more than usual tonight, but I wanted to ask you about that one stretch particularly in the first half where you had that steal and that sequence there. And how valuable is it for a guy like him to get the experience now?
It's huge, and I kind of go back to that. You never think of things as being a blessing, but when Pardon was out those 8 games, Barrett started all 8 of those games. He got really valuable experience. The first 2 Big Ten league games he started before Derek was healthy. And, Barrett's not afraid. I mean, Barrett's good. I mean, and he's a situational guy game by game. Like tonight was more of a game for Barrett because of the size that was in there. I mean, Indiana, the size they presented on the front line, it was more of a game for Barrett than it was for Gavin. And, so it's going to be night to night like that. Some nights it's going to be Gavin's night to give us that energy and that lift. But I'm really proud of Barrett. He stays ready. He works really hard. There's no better teammate on the team. You guys see him on the bench all the time. He genuinely enjoys the successes of his teammates. And when you see a kid like that, you so want him to have success because you know how selfless he is. So I think you guys are seeing he's just a young, big kid. He's a freshman, and he's got a great future. I'm excited. You have him and Pardon. One's a freshman, one's a sophomore. The future of our front line is in really good hands with those two guys.